Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, today, I heard somebody talking the other day, and I heard the term trailblazers. And I wanted to talk about that today because being a trailblazer is exactly what high performing leaders are. And you just don't learn how to be a trailblazer. It takes, I think, a long time to kind of get comfortable being a trailblazer, but you can start at any given time. And a trailblazer to me is somebody who doesn't necessarily take the same way and do things the same way just because that's the way everybody's always done it. What a trailblazer does is they make their own trail. Instead of doing things the same as it's always been, like I just said, they are constantly looking for better ways of doing things. In a nutshell, you could probably say that being a trailblazer is being innovative, because innovation is basically taking something that you're doing and just making it better. But trailblazers and high-performing leaders, they're always looking. They're always listening, all right? They listen to their people because they know that their team members are very valuable. And the people that are doing the task are the closest to that task. They're closer than the leaders because the leader might be overseeing that job, but the team members are the ones that are actually hands-on doing that job. And when they bring an idea to a high-performing leader or to a trailblazer, that leader listens to them, basically takes it all in, and they take their skill and their knowledge level into account here, but they give the people freedom to try new things. They enable their people to take risks in order to improve things, to get better. And what that does is that creates team members that trust their leader, that really like working for that leader because it gives them freedom. And it shows them that that leader is listening to them, and not only listening to them, but allowing them to carry on with their ideas. Now, granted, some ideas might be shot down, but if they are shut down, a trailblazer, high-performing leader, as a minimum, they are listening to the people explain it to them. And if they see it in the people's eyes, old friend of mine, old mentor, Chief Bob Vasquez, he always says that if you can see it, you can be it. Well, if your team members are coming to you and they're saying, hey, I was thinking about doing it this way. And you ask them, can you really see that being a reality? And they're like, yeah, I really think this will work. Talk it through with them. Have them go through the steps with you. And then if it sounds good to you and they're confident in their abilities and their knowledge to do it that new way, let them do it. Especially if this is a non-critical task. Now, granted, all tasks are critical, I believe, because everybody is linked to the overall process and the overall end result in one way, shape, or another. But if it's something that they can try, and if it doesn't work, or if it's slower, or even if it fails and things are still okay and you can recover and learn from that failure, by all means, let them do it. Let them fail. Because that's all about being a trailblazer. Think about going through a jungle and you have a nice path, but you realize on the map that this path isn't a straight line to where you're going. And you got your GPS map out and you're like, hey, you know what? If we go right through here, it might take us a little bit longer now, but in the future, we'll be able to take this shorter path, and it'll save us a quarter of a mile of walking. Now, you might find along the way that, that path didn't go that way because they had to go around this, this den of snakes or something, or, crocodiles or something dangerous in there. Well, then you go back and you take the original plan, but you tried it and it didn't work. However, you may try it and it may be perfectly fine. Maybe the people that made the original path got lost in the jungle and they just kind of wandered and strayed away from a straight route, which, believe me, I've been in some thick woods before. I was stationed in Maine for 2 years, and the woods up there, some of the woods you can't even see 6 to 10 feet in front of you because it is so thick. And I remember I was bear hunting, and we shot at a bear. We hit it. We found blood. We found hair. And we were crawling through this thick forest that it went into. It wasn't a swamp. It was just thick pine trees and saplings. And I mean, it was so thick, we were actually crawling through this thing. And I stopped and I looked at my buddy and I'm like, do you realize we can't even see like 5 feet in front of us, and we're crawling through this stuff looking for an injured bear? Well, needless to say, we kind of backtracked out a little bit and went around the other side of this real thick part, and we were able to. We didn't see any blood trail or anything, so we ended up going in that way, and we took the shortest route. But what I'm saying is, sometimes the jungle's like that, and sometimes you get lost, but you can always find your way back. And so take the risks. You might get off path and it might work great. You might get off the path and it might fail, but you always have the original way to go back to. And in most cases, the worst thing is you may have wasted some time. But you took the risk. And sometimes it's worth the risk. And Trailblazers know that. Trailblazers not only go down new paths to try new things, but they encourage their people to do it as well. And those people, when you give them that freedom, you listen to them, man, they're going to follow you wherever you're going. And that's a true sign of whether you're a good leader or not. Do your people follow you because they have to follow you, or do your people follow you because they want to follow you and they respect you? So I challenge you today, what can you do that might be able to be done a little bit better? Encourage your people to look for that better way and give it a try. Hey, that's it for today. Come on back tomorrow, and we're going to talk about some good stuff tomorrow. We're going to talk about excuses. So until then, run to your challenges. We'll see you.